So, good day everyone, especially to our very supportive advisor and other than Sir Victor Momo. So now, we are going to talk about the delivery for different situations and the tools for an effective speech delivery. So public speaking isn't only about, it's only confined inside the classroom. We often find ourselves speaking in various situations, and each setting presents its own unique opportunities and challenges. So how we adapt our speech is crucial to ensuring that it gives a clarity, engaging, and impactful. So for this, we have 5 common challenges. So first one, we have speaking to a specific audience size. So audience size can vary depending on the size of the venue, and this affects on how you are going to approach your speech with your audience. For example, smaller audience requires a more intimate and more informal delivery, while the larger audience might require a more formal speech delivery. So the good thing here is that a smaller audience allows you to make your speech more personal and engaging. It feels more like a conversation, or like you are having a conversation with someone. But speaking to a small group can also be challenging. It may feel more intimidating since each individual in the audience is more noticeable. So what should we do? So first, ask the organizers ahead of time about the estimated audience size so you can prepare accordingly. Next, adjust your delivery based on the size. Keep it more personal for a smaller ones and more formal for a larger ones. And of course, practice. This will help you adjust to any unexpected conditions like it helps you make your speech more confident, deliver your speech more confident in any situation. So now let's move on to speaking in an open air venue or outside the building. So from the name itself, open air, outside the venue, so it includes open courts, school fields, or even informal public gatherings. So the good thing here is that the atmosphere there is more often, which can help you ease your nervousness. But there are also lots of challenges that you might face, such as noise from surroundings, inattentive audiences, and possibly even a bad weather. Additionally, you might not have enough access to some technical supports like microphones or speakers. So the tips for this is, first, visit the venue beforehand to prepare for any obstacles. If there's no technology available, practice projecting your voice to ensure that everyone can hear you clearly. And of course, practice. This will help you adjust to any unexpected conditions like weather or noise. So now, let's move on to the third part, which is speaking in different venues. So venues can vary depending on the size and the structure, from a small classroom or meeting room to a ballroom, social hall, or auditorium. Even outdoor venues like courts and open fields are common for public speaking engagements. So the good thing here is that smaller venues allows for more intimate and conversational tones. But while the larger venues might require a more formal delivery and the use of audiovisual technology or equipment. So the key is to adapt your nonverbal communication, like for example, your voice, your body language, and even your facial expressions based on the size of the venue. So what should we do? So first, always check the venue days after your speech and arrive early to get a feel for the space. For larger venues, slow down your speech and use pauses to emphasize your key points. And make sure that your gestures and expressions are visible to connect with your audience. And most importantly, practice. Familiarity with the venue and your content will help you deliver your speech confidently. So next we have speaking with a microphone. So we all know that the primary purpose of the microphone is to amplify or to increase the volume of your voice. So the benefit of using a microphone is that it makes it easier for you to get your audience's attention because your voice will be louder and more noticeable. But the downside is that using a microphone can also be tricky. So why? Yes, it does increase the volume of your voice, but that doesn't mean it will automatically voice clearer. So what should we do? So first, always check the microphone beforehand to ensure that it works. Test your voice to ensure that everyone or the microphone is not distorting your words rather, or your speech. For smaller venues, of course, you might not need any microphones, but you still need to manage your voice to ensure clarity. And of course, avoid underusing or overusing the microphone. Find a balance so your voice sounds more natural. So, next, let's move on to speaking with a podium or lectern. So, a podium or lectern can be also a useful tool, especially for those speakers who requires notes. So, it gives you a space to rest your notes and can even help ease your nervousness. But, however, it is very important not to rely too heavily on it. So, what should we do? First, stand up straight behind the podium with a good posture which conveys confidence. And next, avoid gripping the edges of the podium behind it. This can make you appear nervous. So now, let's move on to the tools that can help us enhance our speech delivery. So being an active speaker is not just about what you say, but also how you say it. Your voice, your body language, and how you present yourself in front of other people or on stage are critical components. So for this, we have 3 key points. So first, we have voice control. Your voice is your most powerful tool. Practice adjusting your volume to fit the space. For larger venues, project your voice more. In smaller settings, speak softly and conversationally. Next, you have non-verbal communication. For this, you have eye contact and gestures. Eye contact. This helps build a connection with you and your audience and shows confidence. For gestures, use purposeful hand movement to highlight your key points. Lastly, you have practice. To truly master your speech, practice consistently, whether it's rehearsing in front of the mirror or in front of your family or your friends. So before we wrap it up, I would like to ask anyone from this class about what you have learned from our discussion today. Let's start with Miss Anna May.
Alam mo, your speech, right? Your basic is, like, kung mag-speech ka, kailangan nakakaya ka ng, clearly ang mong voice, then, then, body gestures, diba?
So thank you, Miss Ivy Lumata. And may I request Richard. Yeah. What have you learned from our discussion? Yeah.
Always practice.
Yeah. That's all. Thank you. Who wants to volunteer? Boys at the back. What have you learned from our discussion? Sir, Mr. Danilo Pasqua? Romel?
Before, ako na yung sa kasabtan ka before ka mag-deliver sa mong speech. First is, practicean sa ganyan mo sa deliver sa iyong speech mo. Before ka mag-speech, kailangan mo tarot ng tindo.
Yes.
Okay, translate in English. You cannot sit down if you cannot translate. You cannot sit down if you cannot translate it in English. Make it fast. There are another speakers to follow. In your own vernacular a while ago, how do you say it in English? Because I am not allowing anybody here to speak Bisaya. I don't tolerate. I don't tolerate students to speak Bisaya in my class. Otherwise, if you cannot translate, -10. -10 of your performance.
For I always practice with before the very important to deliver the speech is practice and memorize. What about
Alright, thank you. That's it.
Is that all? So I guess let's wrap it up. So in conclusion, delivering in speech effectively requires a combination of adapting to different situations and mastering the tools of public speaking. Whether you are speaking in a large venue, outdoors, with or without a microphone, or behind the podium, knowing how to adjust your speech or the delivery can help you connect with your audience, with your message, with confidence rather. And remember, the best tool that you can have is practice. With constant practice, you can improve your public speaking skill and adapt to any situation that comes your way. And always remember that practice makes perfect. And that's all. Thank you.